Okay, guys, I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I've listened to a lot of people tell me why they want to vote for Trump, and I've been listening to the other side of the argument where people think he's out of his mind. I just want to give you all my opinion. Here's the simplicity for me. It's got nothing to do with who looks the cleanest, who looks the sharpest. It does have everything to do with what agenda someone is going to push. So, for me, when we look at the candidates in play, including Socialist Bernie, along with murdering Hillary, and of course our man Donald Trump, here's why I want Trump as our president. First and foremost, Donald Trump reminds me very much of Ronald Reagan. And the last great president we had was Ronald Reagan. Now, from Ronald Reagan, we had another good president, but people don't give him the credit he's due. George Bush Sr. Once Bill got into power, things started changing very dramatically. It might have been subtle, and most of the world didn't pay attention to it. But there's nothing subtle about what's going on now. And we are almost at the point where it's too late. First off, we've had every kind of financial crisis since Bill started that mess. And yes, it was Bill that started it, okay? From taking money out of the Social Security to creating false balanced records and creating the housing bubble, okay, that exploded. Then we had George W., younger George, who really, he's a nice guy. He's just not too sharp. And while he was distracted with, 9/11 and going into Iraq, which was a bad decision, it really was a bad decision, and the mess that we're still dealing with today, okay, of course he took the blame for all of that. But this was the puppeteers pushing agendas. Now look at where we are today, okay? We have a debt that is out of control. We've got every other country around us making money off of us. We are giving money countlessly and endlessly to countries that we shouldn't be. All the while, we are getting Muslim refugees being pumped into our country. A lot of it right under our noses. We're not even seeing half of what's going on, okay? It's a huge play for the New World Order, the NWO. They want globalization because globalization is a nice way of saying socialism, and a not so polite variation of socialism is communism. Okay? Now, if you want to look at any one of the countries like Denmark, Sweden, even Great Britain, okay, socialism isn't really working out too well. These people are working their butts off, paying a tremendous amount in taxes, okay? Nobody really gets to hold on to their own money. The second they've got some money, they try to exit the country and they go somewhere else, like Australia, New Zealand, America. But our bubble is collapsing really fast. You and I, we're going to be sitting looking at our children reminiscing about the day when men were once free in this country. Our freedoms are being manipulated and taken away. Everything is slowly being dismantled. Now, if there's a time to stop that dismantlement, it's now. And it is in Donald Trump. Donald Trump might not be all that polite. He might say things you don't like sometimes. He's a little rough around the edges. Good. He needs to be, because he's telling the truth. He's not lying to any of us. All right? And if anybody's got a really clear picture of what's going on, it's him. And let me tell you, he's probably not saying some of the things that he really should say to really scare the crap out of you. Because if he did, then the NWO would really get upset. As it is, he's pissed them off. All right? So listen to me. This isn't about who's going to be politically correct. This isn't about who's going to coddle you, okay, or give you free college or anything else. This is everything to do with giving us back every one of our rights that we were born with as Americans or earned as becoming a true American. Okay? Our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, all these things are at play. And guys, there is no amount of money in the world can replace them. You're gonna lose every right and liberty you ever thought you had. They're already trying. So please, for God's sake, if you can get out of the cloud that you've been hiding yourself under, if you can open your eyes and your ears, look past the white noise that we call the media, and look at what's really going on, you will come to understand that the only person that stands a chance of getting done what we need done is Donald Trump. Okay? The wall is a small part of it because it's a bigger picture. Getting these illegal refugees out. The world trade is another part of it, our international trade agreements. It's about getting our money back. It's about getting jobs back in this country so people can have some dignity and self-respect. So people can feel like they're actually doing something for themselves and not ready to put a gun to their head because they feel like they've lost everything and there's no hope. It's about straightening out our infrastructures. Yes. It's about our hospitalization. Yes. It's about getting Big Farm to let up their grips a little and bring back the other industries that belong in this country. It's about building a future for our children and our grandchildren, because right now, guys, there isn't a future in sight for them. So I'm begging you, please, share this with everyone you can. Get them to understand. It isn't about the stupidity that's going on. It's about a big picture that if you actually sit and look at it, will scare the ever-loving Jesus out of you. Because it could be absolutely the end of everything we once knew if he does not become president. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this, and I really hope you share this with as many people as you can.